What is up? Hey, we don't have the ultra tactical drop cloth today because this isn't ultra tactical in any way, shape, or form. So we get my cactus. What is this? This is the Ozark Trail packable blanket. I'm gonna steal you guys for just a minute. Ozark Trail isn't everyone's cup of tea. I get that. And not all of their gear is good gear. I've mentioned it in many videos, and there's even been some comments with other viewers and such saying it's hit or miss with Ozark Trail, because it is. It's hit or miss with a lot of companies. There's some bigger companies out there that sometimes you get stuff that just isn't what their other stuff is. That's just the way it is. Don't knock on Ozark Trail just because it's inexpensive and it's sold in a big box store that a lot of people don't like. It's really why I do these videos on Ozark Trail gear, is to show everyone that the gear might be good or it might not be so good. But at least you can see it before you go spend the money. And if you think it might work for you, then great. This product in particular, not everyone can afford to drop $60, $80 on a outdoor blanket, as it were. Keep an open mind. Some of this gear, it may be inexpensive. It may be sold in a big box store. That doesn't equal crap. Sometimes it does, but it's not right out the gate. So let's keep an open mind about this gear, because if you're only going to use this when you have to have something like this, no matter what it is, whether it's a blanket or a survival tarp or whatever, as long as it does its job right then, okay, it was worth it. Now, if you're going out and you're hitting trails, every day for days on end, weeks on end, years on end, then okay, you might want to buy something else. But if you're a weekend warrior, you're only going to go out once in a while, or you just want something for your sustainment pack that can keep you warm for a few hours until the tow truck shows up, then a $30 blanket versus an $80 blanket may be just what you need. So let's get back to the other stuff down there. Not a whole lot of information other than that. Durable fabric, so on and so forth, yada yada yada. We got the Mountainscape Sunset. What do they call this one? Sunset something? It's on here somewhere. Camp Quilt Mountain Print. Yeah, comes in a stuff sack. Let's take a look. So where does this fit into stuff and things? Well, not everyone can drop a ton of money on some of the other manufacturers' blankets. And to be quite honest, most of us don't need those anyway. If we're not going out all the time and stuff, then probably not needed. By the way, they use a machine to roll these up to get these in here, and it's a lot easier for them than it is for us, just so you know. All right, woo. Let's look at the stuff sack real quick, because it's making all kinds of noise. And that's because this bottom piece is in fact this plasticky paper instead of this material. Swing and a miss? Maybe. Again, if you're not using this all the time, it may not make any difference. I myself, being threads, I can always make a better stuff sack. Granted, I'm not gonna be able to show you the whole thing here, but this is just a kind of a preliminary thing. Full disclosure, my daughter tests most of this stuff for me because she's a child and she is gonna put this through its paces probably worse than I could, and maybe even worse than you could. She's going to take this thing and it's going to be on cement, and it's going to be crammed here and crammed there and laid on and spilt on and all that stuff. This will get used by the adults at some point out in the desert. Let me get this thing flipped out here a little bit, because really what I want to look at today is the quilt pattern, the insulation or padding, whatever you want to call it, the material. I will say this side is very nice and soft, and this is heavier duty. Seems to be pretty evenly padded. The edges around here do feel like they're a little bit thicker. Pretty decent sized. Again, my apologies, I can't show you the whole size of this thing, but this is just a quick look video. The pattern's nice, the design. What all we have here? Under penalty of law, so on and so forth. That's what we're looking for. 100% polyester fiber batting, and I'm sure the rest of it is all 100% polyester too. Has a date of manufacture. It was just made in December of last year. Ozark Trail packable blanket, so on and so forth. Made in China, of course. Yep, everything. Oh, The liner fabric is 100% recycled polyester, although I am not seeing any of the tags that normally go along with that statement, so it is what it is. Care instructions, that's important. Machine wash cold, front loader, top load, non-agitating washer. Well, that's okay. Do not bleach, rinse thoroughly, so on and so forth. Pretty basic. Backside is completely red, and then the nice mountain and trees on the front. Like I said, it does feel really nice. My daughter is actually having a sleepover this weekend. We're going to be using some camping gear for their little sleepover in the living room, and this is going to be one of the blankets. So typically what I do is anytime I buy something like this, I will put it out on the patio and let it air, at least overnight. That just kind of allows any off-gassing that may happen from the manufacturing process to happen. If I feel like it needs to be washed from there, then we go from there. It does have pretty decent edge banding on it. Yeah, nothing's jumping out to me as crap quality, which again, most of Ozark Trail stuff isn't that bad. It's not that bad. So yeah, this is a quick video. I just wanted to share that I got this. May do a follow-up video on this later, get some better footage of it all spread out and whatnot. I'll try to throw some pictures of this spread out maybe in this video. Depends on when this video uploads. If the sleepover happens before this video uploads, then I'll try to get some pictures of this all set up with the sleepover activities, so you can kind of get an idea. But I mean, it's decent sized, okay? It's 60 inches by 70 inches, so it weighs, net weight of filling material is 1 pound. I don't know what, I'll have to get the overall weight of this. I'm going to cram it all back in its stuff sack the way you would normally cram one of these blankets back in the stuff sack, and we'll see how that works out. Matter of fact, we'll do that in this video, just so we can know if you can actually cram this thing in here without having to roll it up. May speed this part up, so bear with me. And just like that, with not too much effort, you can just stuff it back in its stuff sack. Sometimes you can't do that, so that's why I wanted to see if you could. Again, this isn't the most thrilling video in the world. Ozark Trail stuff, it's not always crap. Some people don't want to drop $80 on a blanket that they're going to use a couple of times a year. So this could be a good alternative. We'll let my daughter run it through her version of the torture test, and we'll see how it fares. Till the next one, take care.